One. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day so far. Let me finish checking up to see everything looks as it should. And yeah, excellent. Wonderful. I made myself some, like a fruit shake. It's one of my ways of trying to eat healthier. So spinach, like raw leaf spinach, like baby spinach, banana, blueberries, strawberries, and I've recently added black chia seeds to it. Get some more fiber, get some calcium, because I did cut my milk intake to kind of like save up on calories as well. Let's see, this is a little far. Sorry if that was loud. Let me just say, let's jump while we're streaming. All right, as far as our list of things to do today, I'm hoping to finish this little like banner that we can do for the official release of the Compys, and when we have time, also to work on the compy animations, or at least the walking one. Next week, I'll go over this more Sunday, but next week, I plan on making sure, or we'll be starting to work on the actual like VTuber model, and I plan to have that finished by the end of next week, and then the following week, the last week of April, rigging and having that done. So by the beginning of May, that's when we get started on making the game. As far as the kind of game I'm going to make, I'm still trying to decide between 3 different ones, but the goal is it's going to be a horror game. It's going to be a small horror game, and with a goal of trying to get it done within 3 months, aka I'm only anticipating it only taking a month to finish. But humans are notoriously bad on predicting how much time it's going to take, because at least for me, I know I struggle with it, where you don't plan for the mistakes. When you plan for something, you plan around your best day. Like you're full of energy, your mind is clear, you exercised, you ate well, you did all the things, you socialized, you're raring to go, you're firing at all cylinders, and you're like, cool, it'll take a month doing that straight the whole time. And that's just not how life works. And like so many studies have kind of gone into it, but for them, at least from what I recall, the average as far as how much you need to kind of like overestimate is about 30%. This means sometimes you're dead on, sometimes you're way off, but 30% on average. So whenever I try to be like, okay, well, how long will it really take? So in this case, I think it's going to take realistically 2 months. I'll try to do 1 month. Realistically 2 months, but it'll probably take 3 months. So yeah, we'll go into more details later. But for now, we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna work. I should turn on the music, and yeah. Let me make sure that the desktop audio is on. It is not. There you are. Yeah. And then make sure that everything looks pretty decent. We're good to go. Apologize if moving this is causing any kind of noise, but just making sure everything's comfortable. You all excited for the weekend? One of my friends that I haven't seen in like 2 years is finally coming to town, so I'm super excited to see her. But so the evening stream will probably be cut off a little early. And if you hear clanking, I'm sorry if that bothers you. I'm eating the shake. But no, so I'm super excited for that. And then tomorrow we are going to go to the new Outlaws thing for Magic the Gathering. There's like a pre-release kind of like event at a local card shop that I go to, that I frequent at. So I'm really excited for that. Okay, so what was the writing that we were doing for this? Let's see. You've unlocked Compys. Okay. I have that up on mine. Make sure that's all good to go. Because this is the thing, right? We made it bigger to make the so let's make an E, right? That's pretty big. Let's move this down to like 2 for now. That's so bad. My bad handwriting is coming through. In case you're wondering how bad my handwriting is, I was told by my anatomy teacher that in the 20 years he was teaching, I had by far the worst handwriting he's ever seen. I took that as like, listen, sometimes you're so bad, it's amazing. It's a skill, you know? I know I definitely took like extra classes when I was like a kid. But so, in case you're wondering, it's like that's my handwriting. It's pretty bad. The way I like to describe it is like if you combined cursive with chicken scratch. It's really it's really bad. So as far as size goes, right? We liked the other one. Right? I liked this one that we made before. I like the style of it, but I wanted it like 1 shorter. But you couldn't with the E. And this line is just a... I don't know if what we're gonna do with the line. I imagine we're gonna kind of color it in. We're gonna shade it a little bit. We're gonna put our Compy kind of icon in the box. We may have kind of like a little bit of shading around the box of it. You know what I mean? So let's see here. So this is 2. Honestly, too small. Let's bring this down. See, this is what I want to avoid. You see how like the jagged edges and things of that nature? I don't like that. I like these. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna switch the view. Was it the view? Window palette, maybe? What was it? Square size, here we go. 2 or 10. Do we want to see what 10 looks like? 10 I think would be way too big, right? So bad. So bad. Yeah, no. That's just asking for trouble. Yeah, let's not do 10. Square size only going from 2 to 10. That's a little weird. So we're just gonna go down to 5. I don't know why it wants to not do that. And we're gonna try 5. We'll do 3 down. Kind of like that. I did like the way I did this one. Where it was 1, 2, 3. Ooh. It was 1, 2, 3, but it made it into like right angles up top. So we'll do 1, 2. Looks like 3 is one more actually. We'll increase this for now. One, two, three, and then okay, and then we did yeah. Right. See, I like the style of it. What's going off in my Discord? How dare you? Well, my friends who's kind of hosting all of us is just letting us know that it may be a little messy, but there's no worries whatsoever. I'm not usually very judgmental when it comes to staying over to other people's houses, especially if they're hosting. You know? I feel that's, 1, none of my business, and 2, I mean, do I really have room to talk? I don't think I do. Okay. Okay. Honestly, the little dip, I kind of dig the little 1 pixel curve there. All right, because let's see. Let's compare that to like it has like a little bit of good style to it, don't it? Okay. Alright, well, let's at least make it consistent, right? Surprisingly enough, we're gonna go down to 1. We're just gonna... Yeah! I like it. Kind of give it a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the kind of like curved edges that you give 3D models. Belv? The belved edge? Something like that? I'm not sure. I might do the edges up top too. We'll see. If we can do like a... Nope. Too many. That's too many. Oop. I like that. Oh. Did I go one too far? What happened to my other one here? Must have accidentally did it. Bring this back up to 5. Okay. But now we're coming to the same problem as before, right? The E is going to be weird. Let's see. Get rid of that. So we run into the same problem as before, right? Where the E is causing the issue. But let's say this is the top of the E, right? What we could do is do like a half. Where we kind of go something like a 2, kind of like that. Let's see here. Okay, so that is 2, and then we put 2. Nope. What's going on? Why aren't you drawing? What happened? What did I do? There it is. A little bit lower. It's a little too big, isn't it? It's not bad. It's not terrible. Let's see. How's that? That looks a little better. Maybe one more shift to the right. And then just a little... Oop. Get this down. Bevel. I think it is bevel. And then... Because let's see here, right? This is 3. That's 3 tall. That being 3 tall. This is 2 tall. This is 3 thick on the right, which is why it looks weird. This is 3 thick on the right as well. Why do I keep on deselecting? What am I hitting here? Because everything seems to be 3. What am I hitting? Oh, is it? Am I hitting this? Is that what's going on? Okay. Come on. Stop it. I don't have a steady hand, that's the problem. You think in all my experience with science, I'd have a steadier hand. You'd be wrong. Honestly, I had a pretty steady hand. Well, I had a little bit of trembling, but I had a lot more control over it. And then I got my master's degree and went through a whole lot of stress situations. And then after that, there went my like a lot of it went out the window. So this is 3. See what's happening? It's like alpha 0. What is happening? If I try to draw it down. Weird. Yeah, it's 3. So the only thing that's 2 is the top one. So it's like... Well, that's the issue, right? Because we have 5. But that's also the thing, right? It's like, what is the thing here? 320 by 180. You want it divisible. I don't think you want it divisible by 5. You want it divisible by 10. You want it divisible by 6 or 8, if my math is correct. Because this is 1, this is 8, 16, right? 24, 48, 64. We could do 8 instead of 10. I mean, we would still have the same issue, right? I went from 10 to 5. Right? No, I went from 5 to 2. Which is weird and awkward. So like 3 looks like it's too thick, but 2 feels like it's too thin, and that's because half of 5 is 2.5, and you can't do. That's a messy way of going about it. Maybe we can try 4. Well, again, all these are 10s, right? No, all these are 5s. So what if we just move everything to be 4 and then go to 2 when we have to for E? What if we did that? Okay, let's see here. Oops. If I was smart, I would just made a new layer. I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm sorry. Actually, delete layer, duplicate layer, and then hide the lower one. And then we'll erase the top one. Because I am a hoarder. I don't like wasting energy, I don't like wasting time, but I don't think I know of a single person who does. So that's very much of a, I'm so unique, I'm so special, and it's really not. We're gonna just put that on the bottom so we know which one we're doing. Straighten this out a bit. I would be interested to know what y'all have been working on. Have there been any projects or anything that you've been kind of tempted to do, or you feel like you don't have time to do it? Because now, while I'm working on this stuff, it's the perfect time. You might as well. And then show me what you're working on. I think it would be really cool. I'm gonna get more of the shake. Be right back. Sorry about that. I overfilled the cup, so I had to like eat a bunch of it. All right. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. I might just be getting more of the hang of it, but this does feel easier. As I immediately... Sometimes you just need to shut up. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, don't talk about how well you're doing. Just keep doing your own thing. How does that look? I'm thinking maybe you've unlocked Compys. 3 lines all the way down. Be pretty good. Let's get my eraser back down to 1. Still like the bevel. If I'm getting that word wrong, please correct me. I don't know if any of y'all have watched Adventure Time. It's an animated show on Cartoon Network from a good ways back at this point. And love that show, by the way. But there was one episode with a cat demon. And it was like... I forget his name, but... It was a cat of approximate knowledge. It was a cat that knew everything approximately. And I have that curse in real life where I'll mix up words and meanings, and so I'll flip a lot. So the way I live my life is similar to like a I'm immediately blanking on it, where you have to fill in your own adventure or your own sayings. You have to fill in the blanks with like funny words, ad libs. I live life through ad libs, where there's just like 90% of what I need is there, but there are just random blanks. And my brain is like a thesaurus trying to plug in things that most of the time work, but sometimes aren't really like good try, but you didn't get there. Some examples of this is like cilantro and sriracha. I'll flip a lot, where I'll say one, but like it's because they sound very similar. But then I'll say other things, I can't think of an example, but have very similar in meaning. But like I had a thesaurus in front of me, but it's not quite, it doesn't fit quite right. So yeah, so I apologize. But that is just literally how I am. That's just how my brain functions. And it's just kind of one of those quirks of being me, you know? To live a life not really sure what word you're supposed to use. And that's okay. I don't know if there's a name for it, but... And no, I don't think it's autism, but I mean, for all I know, it might be. Okay, so this is where we have the issue of... Actually, we might be able to do it with this. So let's do... That's not terrible. Honestly, though, yeah, I like the O underneath the Y. Is it okay? Is it just me, or is it giving kind of warping space vibes? You know, where it looks like the squares are kind of like bending. Am I wrong? Darn brains and their optical illusions, not understanding reality in front of them. I wasn't getting that with the 5. Maybe it's a specific size that does it. Oh, I can make it red. Oh. Let's go ahead and switch to airplane mode, yeah? You know my friends love to talk to each other. Oh boy. That wasn't a me. Oh, maybe it was. Well, that's 2 on each side. So what if we did something like... That's dumb. I don't know, it just looks a little... Maybe... That looks like just a Cyclops. No. I want to say it's like... No. It looks a little big. Am I wrong? No. Maybe? It looks a little... Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. We can't do that one. Okay. Better. Honestly, better. The issue is like some of these are curved, like the U is curved really well, but the V is very jagged. Maybe we can do something with that. But I'm liking this so far. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty great. All right. So you've... Should we start it over here? Let's see. Do we want it just underneath it? Because how big do we want the caps comparatively? So this is 3, so 1, 2, 3. So we'll make it 4, 5, 6. Oop. You've unlocked. Way too close. Let's give it a little breathing room, yeah? Oops. No. Come on. There we go. Because a part of me wants to put this over here. But it's not nearly as, like... You know? As I proceed to not say anything. It's, you know, gestures vaguely. I mean, I could make it one more wider. But I don't want to. Ooh. You're getting better at that. Okay. Let's finish making unlocked, see how it looks, and then we'll adjust accordingly. Oh, it did the thing again. Let's do that again. I think the L should be 1 bigger, right? Let's try 2. Maybe 2? Let's do it for 3 for now. What? Oh. There you go. I was like, why does that O look weird? Which is why it's better to finish and then go back to correct mistakes. Because I messed up, like, here. Oh, no. Like on the bottom here. But because I was going to draw over it anyways, it wouldn't have mattered if I corrected the mistake or not. So, finish. If you made a mistake, finish what you're doing, then go back to see if you actually need to fix it. Am I advocating for ignoring mistakes? Not always. But a lot of problems can be fixed by just letting them be. Life kind of has a way of sorting itself out, you know? Why does the C look weird? I guess C is kind of like in the E category. You know? Because there's N and then there's U, right? Which are essentially just flipped. But C, like, you have N like that. And then you have U that is like that. C isn't like this, right? That's a magnet. That's not a C. C is kind of like this. It's kind of like a circle that stopped being a circle. You took not half of it out, and it still kind of curves down. And then some C's have like this little hat. And random fun fact, I had to completely change the way I wrote my C's. Because if you think that me having bad handwriting did not bite me in the ass in the scientific field, you would be gravely mistaken. And what was it? Like 30% of doctor errors is due to not being able to read handwriting, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. But I never made any kind of those mistakes. It's more or less of, you need a lot of comments on some documentation that is like rewritten for clarity, initial date, and so I had to completely change my C's because my C's had a little hat like that, right? And when I write it really fast, they kind of look like D's sometimes. So my C's and D's got mixed up. And I remember growing up as a kid, it's an unfortunate one of those things where the way the education system works is not super great, in that when I grew up taking multiple choice testings, and it's like, this could be a C or a D, in my child mind, I'm like, oh, I could argue for both. It could be C or D. I could argue to the teacher like, no, you don't understand. I meant C when it... But now, oh man. But yeah, so I went from doing like a little hat to it to like do something like that. Right? I had to take the hat off. I forget, I don't know if it was one of my birthdays or something. One of my coworkers gave me a sheet of paper that's to practice the alphabet, like you would give a preschooler, like at work. She was one of the people who reviewed my documents, so she would know of anybody else that your handwriting is awful. It's horrible. And if I was going to improve it, I needed to improve it. And I put that shit up on my little cubicle. I pinned that. That was so funny. Oh man. I mean, it was all in good fun. Anyway, my point is, the C kind of needs to come down a little bit. Like that. Honestly, that might be good enough. Yeah, that's an O. So what if we did this, and then we did our little bevel? Oop. wrong spot. Stop it. Come on. Then we add a little... Let's see if I can do it with 4. Nope. Nope. No. No. Can you tell that I keep making the same mistake over and over again? I should just change my size. And I will. Fine. Bro. How about this? See how much easier it is? As I say that to myself. What if I did... That looks stupid. See, what I think is like, this needs to be like that. To be honest, that's not bad. That's honestly not bad. I think that's just fine. I think I'm being a little too picky. Wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last. And I'm working on that. That's actually why I learned to cook. Because I am a picky eater. But I also, it was like, I want to say like 24? I finally had the right mindset of moving from I don't like that food to I haven't had it the right way yet. Because to say you don't like any particular food, when there's so many different ways to have it. Like, I know people who say they like broccoli, but they only eat it with like a crap ton of cheese. I'm like, you don't like broccoli, you just like cheese with a little crunch. Like, come on. But yeah, no. It's one of those things where you gotta have the mindset of trying it. At least try it. And I have that mindset of like, I try anything once. Because taste buds change, your perception change, and more than likely you don't even remember trying it the first time. Maybe this does need to be one more. Let's see. Let's turn this down a little bit. And then we just do like a boop boop. Honestly, cute, but hard to notice, right? So if we do one more up, that's uneven. So we do one more up. And then we make it and in my brain, the L and K are the same length, or same height. Right? That's not bad. It does seem like a capital K, you know what I mean? It's funny, writing this, I'm like, do I even know what letters look like? Let's see, K, K. Oh. So, like, it should almost kind of be like that. So what if we cut it down? I don't know why this popped in my head. But the horror zoo keeper game. It was like Zoophilia or something. Oh, we're playing that day one. Like, I'm so excited for that game. That looks so cool. It is the good amount. I love kind of like, oh, you get to take care of things. I love that part of things, and it's also horror. So it's like, oh, perfect. Mwah, so good. I don't know why I thought of that while looking at this K, but just gonna be a random thing. That's not bad. So when I was saying that I don't know what letters look like, so I literally typed it into Notepad. I don't know if anyone else uses just the regular computer Notepad stuff, but I use it all the time for any kind of notes that I put down. Notepad. Every time. It's the one thing that I use just as much as Excel. It's just Notepad and Excel. So I typed in the lowercase k and the uppercase k, and the lowercase k, the left arm, I guess. Like, imagine it's the L part and then the angled part, right? If you split it down the middle, you would have the two halves. So it's almost like you're combining an L and a C, right? So picture an L and a C that if you put together turns into a K. The top part of the C doesn't go as high as the top part of the L. So it's short by a little bit. So to kind of put it in perspective here, it would stop where this is. It wouldn't go all the way up. That's the biggest difference between a capital and uncapital, is that this would meet up and this one would not. But I don't know how I feel about the strict diagonalness of it. Let's see here. Let's do one where it's like, oh god, that looks so bad. Okay, well let's I am butchering this K. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. But ain't that the story of my life? Am I right or am I right? That is awful too. That's supposed to be a K, because in my mind it's like that. That's bad. That's just bad. You know what? We're going on the back, and we're just gonna that, right? We're just gonna we're gonna pretend that wasn't totally recorded. Yeah. Next week I'll also plan on the coffee thing finally came up. I set that up a while ago. This is the first time it's ever did anything. But yeah, this week I finally finished all the business account stuff, and pretty much I think all my ducks in the row as far as moving things forward. So next week, on top of working on the VTuber model, I'll be paying closer attention to the YouTube channel and setting up the different edited content, shorts, things of that nature. That also means I'm gonna have to focus a little bit more on Dead Space, because I want that to be like the first like series of the channel. And then we'll have like little snippets here and there, and then I'll be like figuring out as far as posting those and trying to get newer people into this space, which also means I need to get the Discord ready to go. I think I just need to have a Discord and the bots and everything ready to go, and then I'm just going to keep on working on it for a long time, because having everything from the get-go, I think, is a more arduous task than I anticipated. But yeah. But if you feel the need to support me in any kind of way, you're more than welcome to support me on coffee. But no pressure. There's no need for it. Money is tough for all of us. So there is no need. Your attention, you being here, active, and just, here. That's all I ask. As far as making money, well, I literally quit being a scientist, so if it was about money, I wouldn't have done that. Tell you that much. Let's see here. For E, we're literally just gonna copy. We're gonna copy paste. I don't care. No, what'd I do? Copy, paste. Boop. Ah, look how easy that was. So good. I mean, if this is also the style of the pixel letters that I want, I could literally just have an alphabet sheet and just do like all the different things with alphabet, and then maybe even like add it as a font, and then I could just type it out. I could do that. That's not terribly difficult? Question mark? I don't know. Why am I getting so many Discord messages? Nah, they're just being rowdy. They're fighting over. Okay, so I know I talked about it before, but I have essentially a square couch. I have modular couch, right? And I measured everything. Everything looked good, and I mean, I measured correctly, but my assumption of like a few inches in each direction is absolutely fine, and that's not the case, and it like ate my living room, but it's such a comfy couch. And before then, my friends would come over, and I would have like one of those chair, I don't know what to call it, but it was like those wicker chairs that are like circular, and then the bottom part is kind of like a cone, so it's not really attached to anything. So they didn't like that at all. I liked it. I thought it was nice, but they didn't like being in that at all. And then I had a air mattress that I didn't realize was a queen, so it took so much space. So I had that, and then I have a giant beanbag chair actually right behind me, which is just giant beanbag chairs. They're amazing. If there was one other thing that I could get, it would be that would be a what do you call it? Hammock. I would love a hammock in my apartment. Hammocks are superior lounging furniture? Question mark? Is a hammock a furniture? I don't know the classification. We're googling this shit. What classifies as furniture? Furniture includes objects such as tables, chairs, beds, desks, dressers, and cupboards. These objects are usually kept in-house or other building to make it suitable and comfortable for living or working in. Objects intended to support various human activities such as seating, which is stools, chairs, sofas, eating, tables, storing items, working, and sleeping, such as beds and hammocks. Hammocks are furniture. Hammocks are indeed furniture. The more you know. Okay, so that's a D. To me, that looks not great. That looks... it doesn't look great. Should we say 6? Let's try one more. That one's not bad. One more is fine. Let's try one more. Maybe. Let's fix the K. Let's move these over. 1. Dang it. That looks like a capital K, don't it? Am I crazy? It looks like a capital K. Well, what if I... No, it just looks weird. It looks like it got a stanky leg. Alright, we're gonna go back down. Boop, boop, boop. I still want to see what happens if we move this a bit, though. Okay, and then we go ahead and knock this out. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this. And then we'll go down 2. So that's definitely capital. Also with the stank, it's still got the stanky leg. So what if we move everything down 1? Man, taking up all like the white spaces really does give the illusion of just grayscale across it, or like blurred effects. It's really nutty. Again, sorry for the cup. One of the problems with this slushy is that after a certain amount of time, the texture gets really mushy and gross. Let's do something. Because my eyes are deceiving me, right? Because of the gray stuff. So what if we add a new layer that's just like white? I hate that square. But as far as the K looks fine. The K looks just fine. As far as the placement of the U and stuff, if I make the U one more larger, it's gonna look really bad. I guess I could move it a little more to the right. You know what I mean? We'll do like a... Oh. Gotta go back to this layer. Like that. We'll think about that later. We'll move it back for now. Let's see what everything looks together. We'll kind of move things around. We'll kind of vibe check it, and then we'll move forward. You've unlocked Compys. Oh, okay. I was like, why is it white? 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 whole quote-unquote pixels. Oh, this is a C. So we gotta have a good curve to it. We could do like a... Nope. That's awful. Maybe like this. Let's see if one more does it. I do it every time where it's like, oh, that's one more. There's only 2 spots left. What do you think is gonna do? Give him a little hat. Boop. All right. Because I don't know what the English language alphabet looks like. Yeah, it's literally there's more curve to the upper and lower. I mean, we could do... That's starting to get phallic. That looks mushroom. Alright, we're doing this one. And then we'll just... bevel it. What if instead of the middle part, we do this? How's that look? Would love to see it. Oh. Okay. That ain't terrible. Don't worry, I'll be sure to watch a video of like pixel writing, and it's just like, whatever you do, don't do the thing that you're doing. And I'm like, oh well. Well, That's what I'm doing. Some of you are like, why aren't you copying from above? Nah. Nah. Nope, too high. Wow, this one was a lot messier than I anticipated it to be. I was only gonna do one. This ain't bad. I like that. Okay. The first under. We haven't had a P yet or a Y. So if the rules here dictate anything, it's just 2. Listen, we make the rules, but whatever rules that you make, you should stick to. Get some V action in here, then a little bit of... I think this gets a little bit of the C treatment. I'm gonna curve up a little. Actually, yeah, a little bit, like 2. Yeah. Yeah, because Y... Hold on, is Y more like a V or a U? Am I about to look up a picture? I think it's more like a U. Because I guess you would be... I guess it depends on the style, right? Because you could do like that, or you can do that. And also, it's always diagonal. Crap, it's diagonal. I'm gonna say it's gonna follow the V rule. Indeed. How am I gonna make a Y? Why is the Y the most troublesome one? Maybe... That's not bad. Granted, the way that I draw my Ys, it's more like... all diagonal. That looks so bad. That looks so bad. Oh man. Well, now we can also be like, is it better to have everything filled in, right? Like that. Let's make sure. I don't know why this song in particular tells me like, hey, the music might reset or move on to the next thing. I do vaguely remember, I believe they said that in pixel art like this, where it's diagonal without a linking, is bad. It looks shitty. So let's increase my, first of all. No. Yes. Oop. I thought I accidentally made a thing. Okay, so let's see if we can clear up. K is gonna be the worst. V might be the worst. How is V gonna work? Maybe if we do like not quite. Because essentially it's V is a U, but like narrower, so that makes sense. But how are you supposed to do it? I think, hold on, let's see here. Maybe I can, let's ask the internet for advice, right? Pixel letters. Word guessing game. No. Any fonts that pair well with pixel graphics. Everyone's just like, what do I do it for? What kind of thing do I do it for? No. Let's see, superscript. It doesn't even show why, which is funny. Let's see, what else? Smallest legible pixel fonts, maybe? Oh gosh. They weren't kidding, that is indeed small. Okay, what about Y? Why? All these are in caps, dog. Okay, here you go. The lower one is boom, boom. So they have it kind of like where you would do like that. Which ain't bad. I mean, they also have it so it's like this top part is gone. But I like the top part here. What about V? They pretty much had the exact V that I've made. And if I was going to make a capital V, it's exactly how I would have done it. Their C's are what I was considering before, but I want the curve in. But if you're working with really, really small fonts, you wouldn't be able to do that. We'll get that, and then we'll boop. Do we want comp B or comp B's? I want to say comp B's. Yeah. Oh, what, how did they do the M? The M is just, there's no space, there's no like in between. It's just kind of like like a Mogus without a face. gotta stance up right now. Same with W. There's no like dip. I'm fine as long as I don't try to overdo it. Let me check something. Let me see. Versus I like that one better. I think as long as you don't overdo it, right? It's kind of like just don't overdo it. So we will try not to overdo it. Okay, so this one is going to be the same problem with the E's, right? Oh, how did they do E's? Oh my god. Alright, so this is what they did E's. E's, they did... They did that for E's. Listen, this isn't me making fun of people. 100%. This is not making fun of people. This is very much of like, I'm not doing with that. I'm not doing that. I honestly love it. Alright, let's see here. So we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this. There you go, that's the S. So the way they have it is they do like 1, 2, 3. Kind of like that for the capital. Actually, no, they don't even do that much. They do that and then that. And that's their S. We're not going to do that. But, and then the smaller one, it's literally Okay, well. Okay. We're not going to do that either, but we are going to take 2. We're going to yuck. So we got 2. How are we going to break this up? Because up there on E we did 2, right? So that's 2. This, I believe, is 3. See, is it because my pinky's touching? That's weird. Let's see, so this is 3, and then there's a 2, and there's a 3, then a 2, then a 2. Which is not what I could do. The spaces could be 3s. That feels... yeah, that feels way too narrow. So let's go ahead and 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. One more this way. That's a little too narrow, but I like where this is going. I like where this is going. We could do that. It'll match the E. Well, here's the thing about S, right? There's also a curve. Wow, S really does suck. Are we about to put a lowercase and a capital, lower S and a capital S? Yeah, we are. Because S... Let's see. If I write out S, let's see. Come on. Come on. Fine. I do that. Right? I don't do that. There's a little bit of whoop. There's a little bit of whoop. Am I like dropping and then picking up and then redrawing? I feel like that is what's happening. I honestly don't know. Pen, where are you at? You're 69. Nice. Ah! Drop my pen. Okay. I'm old. Bending over is a problem. Let's see. See, why is it... The eyedrop tool is starting. Is it if I just hold it? Oh. If I hold it down on a spot for too long, it goes up to the eyedrop. Okay. That's actually not bad. That's actually not terrible. I kind of like it. Does it match though? 1 second. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. Maintenance swung by to kind of check up with my sink. For those that didn't hear when I mentioned this before, the garbage disposal in my sink started leaking about like 3 or 4 days back. So they had to bring someone in, replace it, and all that other fun stuff. So they were just following up with that. And then I took advantage of that to kind of like clean up the blender and milkshake stuff and all that other stuff. And also got a drink. So, you know, be sure to stay hydrated. But I'm liking this S. I really am. And we'll try to go as long as my iPad can go. I apologize for not being at full charge, but we'll try to go as long as we can. It'll probably last another like hour or so. And then maybe the last hour we can maybe play some Archipelago, maybe some Helldivers. And then this evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll play some Dead Space until I'll need to leave to follow up with some friends of mine. And that's pretty much the plan. And I hope y'all can join me on that. Oh. Oh, here's the, well, now let's bevel, shall we? Ooh. Ooh. And don't worry, I'll try to get better as far as talking about stuff while I do this. I am not the best at talking about things while I'm trying to focus on drawing, but I'm gonna try. Should the exclamation mark have a bevel? Because it's about rounded edges, right? Anything that's rounded, we want beveled. Oop. Come on. Let's zoom in. How about that? Anything that's rounded like that. And then we come on, get back over. Question is, do we want shading? Can't even do the S's here. That's fine. Actually, we can do maybe this. Honestly, that made it worse. We also need to do the D. Don't we all? Ambulance. Hopefully you don't hear that through the mic. I think I got all of it. Okay. Now here's a follow-up question then. Do we like this or do we like this? Honestly, I like that one. Oop. And then give it a little bit of the C treatment. The K and V do look a little odd, don't it? Damn. I guess we can mess with it later. Let's get the spacing right? Alright, so we want an extra space here. Then let's try an extra space here. Or it's 2. Let's make it 3. Oop. Okay. You've unlocked Compys. That's too far. Unfortunately, I can't put unlocked on the right of you've. Depending how big I want the Compys to be. Right. I will say the U seems a little off. So let's see if we need to move it. That actually honestly looks better. This one, I want to see. First put the right one. Yeah. We're gonna go all the way to the top with that one. I don't think the exclamation mark needs to be beveled. Yeah. Okay. You've unlocked Compys. The K and the V looks a little odd because of the jaggedness of it all, but okay. Let's clean up this line, shall we? We're gonna increase this up to 4 as well. ahead and fill this in a little bit. Oop. Dang it. Let's zoom in. It's easier when you zoom in, idealist. I am looking forward to the early release though for Thunder Junction. It's looking pretty fun. I'll just go back to whatever, you know. Man, I really can't stop myself, can I? Hell yeah. And I did buy a set play booster box. So we'll open it on stream, because why not? That ain't my car. I don't know who that is, but they're being rude as hell. I don't know if you heard the car horn. I don't know about y'all, but my mama taught me to walk to the door to pick someone up. You don't just honk your horn. That shit's just rude. And it's also just kind of annoying. Look at that box. Much better. Oh, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Yeah. But what about the big border? So the big border looks like it's not fully 3. Because I believe it's 10, right? We did that originally on 10. Which is now at 4. So we need to fix the border. And here I was gonna be not political. That's so dumb. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna see if we need to go a little bit wider. It's already very thick. So I'm a little worried, not worried, but what I'm thinking, so we actually go one less, because that's so thick. I think it would be better to go thinner, and then we add, I was gonna say bevel again, but like a shade or like a kind of like actual shading to it. So let's see. We'll cut it like down the middle here. Oh boy. honestly, the thinner, I already thought it looked a little thick. So we're going to go 8 instead of 10. Then we kind of get a little in, get a little in. I wonder if I can find it. I don't know why I got reminded of this. This song reminded me of it. There was a really, really old dinosaur game. Like, way... Like, I'm talking Windows 97 age. And I remember being in, like, a maze. And there were dinosaurs everywhere. And I remember Stegosauruses being everywhere specifically. I don't remember what it was called, but I wonder if we could play that on stream. I'd be the only one on Twitch playing that game. Oh gosh, but that could be fun, you know? Do we want to add animations to this? I'm getting ahead of myself. I haven't even finished it yet. I haven't even colored it. I need to stop. Someone needs to stop me. Get that in here. Boop. Yeah, see that is like, okay, so the lines of the letters are one, you know, quote unquote pixel, one block, one square, while the border, being thicker, is 2. Okay. Okay. That looks good. I might remove the bot for the coffee stream. I think instead just having it just kind of like a visual reminder. It's kind of like an overlay in the corner. Will be a little bit less intrusive than just it taking up space in the chat. Because I feel like the chat should be about discussion and communication. And the like support and everything should be a reminder, but it should be like not intrusive. I feel this. Let me go ahead and actually just go ahead and where are you? Clear chat. There you all are. Now it's just not sitting there being like, this man There ain't no one talking. Of course there isn't. Twitch is notoriously bad at, you know, supporting or like really small channels and making sure. Well, I wouldn't say that. Shouldn't say that. It's the growth of really small channels. Like, it's really hard to put yourself out there, which is why I want to utilize YouTube to kind of like the primary source of growth. For it being the case, I might go into Instagram. I might go into TikTok, but I mean, to be honest, at least in the US, I feel like, especially with the recent hearing, I don't think TikTok is the move, because that's kind of out the door, no? But I didn't really pay attention to it. I don't use TikTok really. But maybe that should kind of say something of like, I don't use the app, so maybe I shouldn't use an app that I don't actively use as a way to support myself. I definitely use YouTube. I use it for a lot of stuff. Mostly music. Okay. Oh. That's fine. I'll fix it. Key man. There you are. Oh. I'm getting better at it though. Making less stacks more and more. And it's nice seeing yourself in that light, where you're kind of seeing the recognition. You're seeing that you're learning from your past mistakes. When you're improving yourself, it's really difficult to keep going. So you need little things like that, you know, to make sure that to kind of keep the gas in the, gotta keep the gas in there, you know. Less motivation and more to do with just people need that reinforcement, especially when you're working on yourself, which is why it's highly recommended that you do it with it's more of a social thing, because social reinforcement is one of the strongest things a human can do when you're all supporting each other, and there's that for better or for worse tribal mentality. It can do a lot of good, but it can also do a lot of bad. Oop. All right. It's not exactly, because we have one under, as usual we have one under there, but this one lines up perfectly. So wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Well, that's why. It's a 25 by 25 square, and these guys are like 6 and then 2 and then 6 and 2. It's all evens. So it wouldn't equal to 25, which is fine. I feel that is more than okay. So should we work on this before we throw the person in? Or throw the compy in? Or after? Let's go ahead and delete this layer. That ended up being really well. Let's copy the compy, bring it over, and then we'll just... It's better to have it than not need it than the other way around. Come on. Copy. Paste. What? Did I do this wrong? Yeah, I did it wrong. I copied nothing. Copy the actual thing. And then we will paste the actual thing. Alright, so we have... We want to make sure this is as, like, middle as we can, right? So let's go ahead and... Did I get everything? I think I have everything. Okay, so with that, we have... We got this. So we got 3 on that side, 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the top and bottom seem even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is gonna be uneven, unfortunately. So 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. Should I make it 24, 24? Let's make the Vox 24, 24 instead of 25, 25. So, with that in mind, it will probably be more like that, 4 over there, and then we'll close it. Let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 26. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's already off. How back can we go? You could undo at least 50 times. 51 times. Good to know. Ah, looks like the rain's starting. Well, I hope y'all don't mind the sound of rain. Personally, I love the sound of rain. It's one of the best sounds in the world for me. Whoops. accidentally added this to the wrong layer, but we're just gonna roll with it. We will merge them anyway. So we got 4 on that side, 4 on that side, 4 down, and 4 up. Right? Unless I'm blind and dumb. 4. Yep. So it's in the perfect spots. Why does it look like it's not, though? I counted it. Why does it look not? It might be the optical illusion. Hold on. Let's see. It looks too much to the right. Am I wrong? It looks like it's just a little too much to the right, but it makes no sense. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I crazy? Am I insane? Maybe, but that might have nothing to do with what we're talking about here. It's hard to say, really. All right, let's move it and see. Huh? Oh. Come on. There we go. Now it's 3 and 5 with that above. It looks better. What? It's uneven, but it looks better. I don't get it. What's wrong with my brain? Maybe it's one of those things. Because it's more heavily weighted in the front versus the back, because there's a lot more empty space. The brain thinks that there isn't a lot, but there is a lot, and you need to move it accordingly. I don't know. It looks better this way. I don't understand it. We're just gonna move on. Maybe it's like a special composition thing that I don't know about, which is very much possible. But we running, we vibing. Okay. So we've unlocked the Compys. We'll go down here. Actually, wait. There we go. We're gonna take the edges off because the only color that I want is gonna be inside. It's a little off, that's okay. It's not that huge of a deal. It is a bigger deal if we leave little specks behind. Like I did with the... Wait, wow. Sorry for the green background for Dodo. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay. Now what do we want? So we're going to be using black, so it should be contrast to that, so it should be a brighter color. We are running with a very vibrant / dull purple, right? We're running with all these different colors, right? Look at the little T-Rex. Brat. Anyway. The 6 on the right of that palette up there. On the top left of the screen. That is what we're working with. So with that, it needs a... I mean, it should be... What's the word I'm looking for? Not very saturated, because we don't want the attention to be in the background. We want maybe like a kind of like a oh, that's opacity. Sorry, I thought that might have been contrast. Let's see. Too saturated. Let's get down to like here. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little too gold, and I want a little more orange. What? Kind of like that, maybe a little, kind of a little browner. Or like the opposite. I don't want it to make it look like they dug it out of the dirt, you know? Add it to the palette for now. Then we'll add a little bit of a shader tool to it. Let's go ahead and add another layer. Actually, we'll do a grid. Let's do view, grid line. The grid line is four by 4. That's so... It's every box. But it helps line this up. That's what matters. Am I right? Am I right? I see I only have 12%. We're going to have to kind of hurry this up a little bit. Let's actually go ahead and... When it gets down to 5, that's when we'll call it. I'm thinking Helldivers, by the way. For later. It was funny when I was looking at like... And really not a lot of people showed up for my the roulette thing. Usually sometimes I'll get random people to come in and go out, etc. But there was less than normal, and I was like, wonder why that is. And then I looked, and like multiple much bigger streamers were also doing that game that night. I was like, oh, okay. that explains it. Just bad timing is all. No worries, though. If I do this right, I think I could also just change the color just by the bucket tool. Now here's the question. Would it look good with the color, with the letters? That's the word. Let's see. Oops, sorry. That's not bad. Let's keep it going. Let's actually do this box first. Get these little guys. Come on. There you are. Yep, there's that 10%. Okay. We're gonna move off of this in a second. Let me just finish the Uve. And then we'll look at this with maybe instead of a full 4, maybe we'll do shading in 2. Because as I'm doing this, it really doesn't leave a lot of room. You know what I mean? Like it worked good for the Y, but as soon as we get to the O's, etc., it's just kind of like not. I think half would make sense. Okay, we'll go ahead and switch that off for now. Alright, it obviously needs more work, but it looks pretty damn good, if I don't say so myself. So we're gonna go ahead and switch gears. We got a good another hour and a half. We can do some hell diving. Certainly don't see why not. Let us go. As I'm setting that up, I mean, honestly, this is where it would be perfect to have a transition page ready to go. Am I right? Okay. So we are gonna go. We're gonna do that. We're actually just going to switch this to oh, where is it? Come on. I know you can do it. There it is. I think y'all can hear it now too.